Okay gang, here we are again. We're at Johnny's basil patch over in Johnny's garden. You can see that I've been doing a little bit of work here. I have weeded around these two basil plants, but I'm noticing that there's some extra work that I need to do on them. These basil plants are starting to go to flower, and you can see that they've got these little white flowers. There's a structure that looks different than the leaves, a little lighter than the leaves and quite pointy. That's the flower, and if you let it sit that way for a couple of days, it will grow long, just like this one, and then it will start to send out these little white flowers. None of that is what we want. What we want to do is we want to pinch back this basil plant so that it's not producing these flower structures. And so I'm going to lose just a little bit of basil leaves, but in Johnny's garden, I'm not growing the basil to use at the table. I'm growing this to attract pollinators. But what I want to do is I want to pinch this back so it doesn't go to flower so soon. Eventually, I'll let it go to flower so that later in the season, that pollinators can hop on in here and get a little nectar drink. But right now I'm growing it primarily because we've got some volunteer tomato plants here, and the aroma of this basil plant is going to help keep away pests like the tomato hornworm and such away from our tomatoes. So it's a little companion planting. You can hear behind me that we've got a thunderstorm brewing, but I'll hang out here for as long as I can. I just wanted to work hard to get the flowers pinched off on this plant before I head on in. So we'll see if I can make it. I'm pinching off back to the next set of nice leaves. This is going to encourage the plant not to be leggy, but instead to be a little bit bushy. And so I'll just pinch off the ends that are flowering. I'm losing some nice leaves. Deb would be sad if she saw me do this, but you know what? The chickens are going to enjoy this as well. The odor, the aroma of this basil is also going to help keep the fly population in my chicken coop down. I kind of like that. Addition to their coop, because flies bother them quite a lot. They're pests. And so I'm just picking off the leaves and right on into my bucket. The leaves that I'm picking off are attached to the flowers. I'm only going to the head, the leading ends that are producing these little flower structures. So I'm taking those off, just pinching them right back to the next nice set of leaves. Like I said before, that's going to encourage my plant to be nice and bushy. I'm trying to beat the storm. I can feel light rain starting on my back. That's not a big deal, right? But I do hear thunder in the distance a little bit, and so you just want to be aware whenever you're outside. Just want to be aware of your surroundings. Okay, so I'm looking over, giving my plants the once over again. I'm not noticing any flower structures. I've picked them all off. Oh, one more. That one I took off a little bit more than I planned. That's all right. And into the bucket we go. I'm gonna carry this right back over to the chickens. They really appreciate having the addition of some nice fresh greens into their coops. My ladies get fed pretty well. But the more fresh ingredients that we can give them, bugs and such, then the more nutritious their eggs are going to be. And so any sort of pest worms that we have in the garden, I'll pick off and I feed right to the hens. But that's where we're going to leave it for today. That thunderstorm is kind of loud in the background, just a little bit. I'm going to get inside before the heavy rain starts. So that is my lesson on picking flowers, pinching back flowers on basil plants, and another little view of my chickens. So there it is, my friends. Thank you.